So a bunch of you sent me your Tinder profiles in the hopes that I could jazz them up for you and get you some matches. So let's start with Max here, who writes, "Please, Jack, work your magic." Now, it took me a minute, but I realized you're cosplaying as a Minion here. And when I hear Minion, I immediately think of Facebook Minion memes. So let's delete everything that's not Max and give you that lovely pea yellow background that's in every single one of these memes. Burn the edges a bit. We're trying to mimic this look here, including the awful JPEG compression, but I want to use the text from this meme here, because I think it'd really work well for your Tinder, Max. I spent a lot of time making sure the spacing and grammar were just right. And let's change your name to Anti-Max for good measure. And there you go, Anti-Max. Fixed your Tinder. Next, we have Jay. His about me reads, "Instant Jay, just add coffee." Remember that because it'll come in later. But Jay, your face kind of reminds me of someone. Mr. Beast! So first, let's give you a big open mouth, since virtually every thumbnail and picture of Mr. Beast has this. Then we'll give you the DreamWorks face and optimize your eyeballs so your picture really screams thumbnail. Then we'll put Windows XP Bliss in the background. A lot of these Mr. Beast thumbnails have blue skies in the back. Then to complement your About Me section, we'll make you double fist coffee mugs and then stuff them with cash to catch the eyes of potential matchers. Then finally, we'll change your About Me section to a really cool YouTube video title. Wowee, now your Tinder profile is irresistible to anyone that likes money. Is it clickbait? Who cares if it helps you find love? Next up is Chris. Now, Chris labels himself as a 23-year-old eating enthusiast. And this is a fine picture, but it's kind of boring. So I'm going to surround you with other eating enthusiasts, just so your potential matches can get a clear image of what excites you, Chris. Finally, we'll add a cool lobster bib, and there it is, the new and improved Chris. If they can't handle you at your mukbangiest, they don't deserve you. Put that in a lobster bib. Next up is David. Now, we're not given a lot of info about David, and I couldn't help but notice he looks a little sad in this pic. Why is he so sad? Let's give him an origin story. So we'll give you a little baby arm holding an ice cream cone, but oh no, your scoop's fallen, and it's melted all over your fingies. For your info in the profile below, I first tried Give Me Treats Now, but then I decided to write you a poem. My ice cream fell, feeling sad. Have you any for this gloomy lad? Now your Tinder profile will prey upon others' sympathy. For all you idiots out there who say shit like, "I'm an empath," prove it and match with David. Tomas, you're next, and you have a straw covering your handsome face. We gotta fix that, Tomas. So let's delete the straw, and now we got you puckering your lips for nothing. So let's close those peepers of yours and really make you look like you're going in for a big ol' smoochie. Then we'll change your About Me to something more appropriate. I admit this one was a simple fix, but I also admit it's worlds better. Denvar bravely submitted their Tinder profile, and when I see this picture, I can't not think of the Disaster Girl meme, right? Am I alone in this? So let's make people think you're a bad bitch. Oh my gosh, how did this happen? Oh, the humanity. Firefighters are on their way, but I fear it's too late. Let's give Denvar a knowing smirk. And now your bio reads, "They fired my ass, so I fired them back." If you can't make people love you, make them fear you instead. That's what I call a Chad move. Now this next one from Jason disgusts me. The obscene gesture in the photo, plus this very rude About Me section. I can't even read it out loud. Needless to say, there's a lot to fix here. But first, your hands look empty. So I'm putting a pupper fluffy doggo in your hands to make you irresistible. Now for the sculpture. We could remove it from the picture and replace it with a different sculpture, but that's too easy. No. So instead, I'm going to transform this into a much more universally accepted gesture. DreamWorks face. And finally, your new About Me section reads, "Small puppy, big thumb." A family-friendly fix from a family-friendly YouTuber. Now I want to make a Tinder profile for this video sponsor, NordVPN. Believe it or not, they're not on Tinder yet, so let's change that. First, we'll upload a hot little thirst trap. For the background, we'll add all the Spider-Man movies on Netflix, since that's one of the many ways you could use NordVPN. Now the profile. For education, we'll say majored in split tunneling. That means you can have it so that some apps have VPN protection and others access the internet directly. Here we'll put open relationships welcome, since up to 6 devices at once can use a single Nord account. For location, we'll say I love my privacy. And for how close they are to you, I'll say extremely close, because Nord has thousands of servers in 60 countries. And for the About Me section, ask about my browser extension. Best of all, if you go to nordvpn.com/jack, link in the description below, you can get a huge discount off a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months for free. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee, so try it out today. Again, that's nordvpn.com/jack. Honestly, do it. I used NordVPN last year to watch the final season of Better Call Saul on Netflix months before it became available on the US Netflix. Hubba hubba. Awooga. Next, Noah volunteers as tribute as he poses before a giant can of Bush's best original baked beans. Noah strikes me as a beans amateur, so let's make you a beans connoisseur. We'll have you double fisting cans of beans, and you love them so much your mouth is full of them. And I'm going to give you a quick outfit change so you can show off your favorite bean shirt. Obviously have to give you a beanie, and we're going to update your interests and your About Me section. And finally, we'll add Killer Bean. Why not? Oh, Mamma Mia, your Tinder profile has some much needed personality. You're welcome. Alex here expects me to do double the work, submitting 2 photos as one. No offense, my dude, but anyone can deep throat a corn dog. So I'm going to make you swallow something way cooler. At first, it was going to be the Master Sword, but then I thought, what if lightsaber? That means we have to delete 2 delicious corn dogs, but I'm fine with that. I'll try to emulate that healthy lightsaber glow. And your new location is Darth Glizzy Gobbler, which sounds like something you could order at Disneyland. Wow, I'd say that's a big improvement. Now I'm hungry. Jonas here is next and is being eaten alive by pigeons. So I thought, neat. What if there is no Jonas? Is that possible? And it is with clone stamping. Lots and lots of clone stamping. It's my favorite tool in Photoshop. I find it therapeutic, especially when removing people. But oh no, we do have a problem spot. It's tough to clone stamp the face out when we don't have much of a reference. What we can do is cover our mistakes with birds. Just a shit ton of birds. Birds everywhere. Your new legal name is Birds, 23 of them. So Jonas, I don't think I fixed anything at all. But look at all those chickens. This is Chance. Chance is 20, a straight man, and his About Me reads, let's have Shreks. So let's better illustrate your favorite pastime. I googled Shrek shirtless and found a real winner. Just look at those nips. They're a lot. And then it took me a while to find appropriate Shrek hands, but your boy did, so I could put his meaty sausage fingers on your shoulder, post-coital. And instead of let's have Shreks, I recommend the much more enticing looking for a third. That way, you'll find a freakier partner, and isn't that something we all want? Look at the size of that nip. Now, this next Photoshop job sucks, but I'm still including it. Alex here doesn't give us a lot. Like at all. But I decided to use this boxy form to our advantage and put Alex in a bathroom window so they're always checking, always peeking, making sure you're using good form. And of course, we'll update the About Me section so it reads, let me be your little bathroom buddy. Always go front to back. I mean, what more do you want me to say? Here lies Rocco. A bit of an edgelord, as I'm sure you can tell. No, I genuinely do like the face, so let's clone Rocco and break their arm a little so they're pointing at the same thing. Then a circle and some arrows to really drive home the punchline here so it's not too subtle. Plus a third Rocco in the front. We'll add a tiny Rocco on the sign and make the eyes and mouth bigger here. Finally, we're going to change your name to Yo, it says sex. And that's how you draw people to your Tinder. Make it look like a YouTube thumbnail. I assume. I don't know. I've never been on Tinder. To people like that. Now, finally, we have Solomon. And Solomon was a tricky one. I didn't know where to go with this until I noticed they're on one knee. So let's give Solomon a ring because they're proposing to whoever matches with them. This took a while to get right because details matter. And where is the most magical place to propose to someone? That's right, Disneyland. There's nothing hotter than 2 consenting Disney adults. Gotta pop a Mickey hat on ya. And for the About Me part, we're gonna say tall nerd obsessed with you. Please say yes. If anyone is stupid enough to swipe left on Solomon, yo ass deserves to be single. Well, that was fun, but I never want to do that again. However, one of you suggested this, which caught my attention. Why not fix clickbait thumbnails into accurate ones? There are a lot of misleading thumbnails out there, right? So in the comments below, tell me about a YouTube video with a very misleading thumbnail, and I'll try to fix it into something more accurate. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's too mean-spirited, but I don't know. Leave your answer